If the house always wins, shouldn't you just buy the house? Of course, that's not how it works. Welcome to the first episode of a new CasinoLove series, where we take a factual look at publicly traded companies in the iGaming space. This is not a financial advice. We are not telling you what to buy, what to sell, or what to avoid. Our goal is simply to look at the company, understand what it does, and go through the latest official information. And today, we start with Evolution. So first, what is Evolution? Evolution is a Sweden-based public company listed on Nasdaq Stockholm under the ticker EVO. The company says it develops, produces, markets, and licenses fully integrated B2B online casino solutions to gaming operators. That means Evolution usually does not run the consumer-facing casino brand you sign up to. Instead, it supplies the games, the live studio production, the technology, and the infrastructure that casino operators use. So, if you have ever played live roulette, blackjack, baccarat, or one of the big live game shows inside an online casino, there is a realistic chance Evolution was the supplier behind it. Evolution is best known for live casino and live game shows, but the group is much more broader than that. Its brand portfolio includes Evolution, Ezugi, NetEnt, Red Tiger, Big Time Gaming, Nolimit City, DigiWheel, and LiveSpins. So when people think of Evolution only as a live dealer company, that is too narrow. It is also a major slots and RNG content group. And in terms of a scale, the company's latest official materials describe a business with around 870 customers, about 22,475 employees at the end of 2025, around 2,000 live tables, and 24 studios in 16 jurisdictions. One more detail that is useful for this episode. 2026 marks Evolution's 20th anniversary. At the time of recording, the newest full results available are Evolution's year-end report for January to December 2025, published on 5th of February 2026. For the fourth quarter of 2025, Evolution reported net revenue of 514.2 million euro. Adjusted EBITDA was 341.5 million euro, with an adjusted EBITDA margin of 66.4%. Profit for the period was 306.8 million euro, and earnings per share were 1.54 euro. For the full year 2025, net revenue came in at 2.0665 billion euro. Adjusted EBITDA was 1.3657 billion euro, with an adjusted EBITDA margin of 66.1%. Profit for the full year was 1.0621 billion euro. So the simple summary is this. The company remained highly profitable in absolute terms, but growth was much slower than in earlier years, and profitability came down compared with 2024. The mix is also worth nothing. In the fourth quarter, 438.6 million euro of revenue came from live games, and 75.7 million euro came from RNG games. Evolution's CEO said the financial performance in 2025 was, quote, not as strong as we would have wanted when entering the year. According to the company, 2025 included strong game launches and studio expansion, but also several challenges. Management specifically pointed to ring fencing, cybercriminality in Asia, and unfavorable regulatory movements in Europe. In the fourth quarter, the company said Asia turned back to growth compared with the third quarter, which it presented as some progress in its efforts against cybercriminality. So, this is not us adding our own spin. That is the company's own explanation of the mix behind the result. A few regional details stand out. In North America, Evolution said it relaunched its second live casino brand, Ezugi, in New Jersey during the quarter. Management also said the next step is a new studio in Grand Rapids to support Ezugi's expansions into Michigan. In Latin America, the company said Brazil continued to progress following regulation, and that players were increasingly discovering the wider game portfolio. So, if you want to understand where Evolution itself says the momentum is, the official message is that North America and Latin America matter a lot for the next stage. Now, let's look at what the company says comes next. Management said its primary focus for 2026 will be the USA, Latin America, and new innovative games. It also said Europe will still get investment, but less aggressively. On the product side, Evolution said it entered an exclusive multi-year licensing partnership with Hasbro in mid-2025. Management highlighted Game Night and Monopoly Filthy Rich as two of the largest game shows the company has produced to date. And in the official 2026 targets shown in the presentation, Evolution said it expects to release more than 110 new games in 2026, while targeting an EBITDA margin in line with the outcome of 2025. So, from the company's own point of view, the message is clear. Keep expanding, keep releasing games, and push hard in selected growth regions. A few more facts help round out the picture. At year-end 2025, Evolution reported cash and cash equivalents of 880 million euro. The same presentation showed that 47% of fourth quarter revenue was regulated based on customers' players' IP addresses. Now let's put the stock chart on screen. We are not using the chart to make a buy call or a sell call. It is simply part of the factual picture because this is a public company and market pricing is part of the story. What the chart helps shows is that even large and still very profitable iGaming business can go through periods where the market becomes much more cautious. So, what is the clean takeaway for episode 1? Evolution is one of the most important public companies in online casino infrastructure and content. For players, it is a company behind many of the games that define the online casino experience. For traders and investors, it is a large listed iGaming business with very strong profitability, large scale, a wide brand portfolio, and a meaningful role in regulated online casino markets. At the same time, the latest official report shows a more complicated picture than a simple growth story. Management pointed to cybercrime pressure in Asia, regulatory pressure in Europe, and the strategic push towards markets like the USA and Latin America. So, this is exactly the kind of company that makes sense for a series like this. Well known in the industry, less known outside it, and interesting from both a player perspective and a market perspective. This was Evolution, not a recommendation, not a financial advice. Just the company, the products, and the latest official facts. If you want us to continue this series, tell us which publicly traded iGaming company we should cover next. Thank you for watching.